Yes, and now we've got a bit of video. But this is the 1993 World Final. Now, Bill, of course, very famous for all of the races that he did win. But to me, this is one of his greatest drives in a World Final. Of course, it was one that you didn't actually win, but this, to me, ranks amongst one of your greatest.
And we are racing in the World Final, and 8:04 Ian King makes the start and leads them away into 25 racing laps. 167 Bill Batten takes up the chase. Number on Rob Speed gets the bumper in and goes up to third on that first turn. 7:01 John Thompson and 7:80 Gary Kent tangled to the infield. They're coming round to complete lap number one in the World Final, and it's 8:04 Ian King from 167 Bill Batten. Rob Speaking number one, 898 John Harding and number 4 John Meikle. Then it's Eric Brown in 175 and Mick Slaughter 152. Problems down here. I think it's Stuart Swales in 620 has gone out down there and collected another. 918 Sarah Bowden's hit the fence down here and right on the start finish line, and 8:04 leads from 167 and number 1. 898 and number 4, 175 and 152 with 130 and 64. Bill Batten closing right up on Ian King in 8:04. 721 Graham Kelly's hit the 918 car down here, and he's going to be out of the running. We've lost Mick Slaughter in 152. He's on the infield on the pits turn. 620 Stuart Swales is mobile again, but he's lost lots of time. It was 175 Eric Brown, I think, that he tangled with. And 8:04 with already back marker cars in front of him. 8:04 from 167. A hefty shove takes 3 back marker cars away. Ian King in car number 8:04. Bill Batten 167. Rob Speaking number 1. That's the 1, 2, 3. Round to complete another one. It's 8:04, 167. And number 1. Then I think it's John Harding in car 898 with John Meikle number 4. And Peter Gilbert 542, 252 Gary Chisholm and 790 Mark Taylor. And Peter Hall in number 80. So 8:04 is pulling clear of his field. 167 has dropped. What, 20 lengths behind. Back marker cars again in front of the race leader, slowing his progress. And 8:04 has it. Momentary tangle for 167 Bill Batten as he clips the 753 Andy Morris car on that pit stern. But 167 Bill Batten is right with 8:04 Ian King once again. 8:04 leads. 167 is second. And Rob Speaking number 1 can't get with them at the moment. John Meikle goes fourth in car number 4. Then it's Peter Gilbert 542. But 8:04 has got 167 right on his back bumper. In goes the front end. 167 Bill Batten goes through. 8:04 goes wide. And 167 Bill Batten takes up the running down the back straight. Bill Batten in 167. Ian King 8:04. That's the 1-2. 252 Gary Chisholm chucks the wheel off and that disappears onto the centre green. 8:04 gets the big bumper back in again. 167 hangs on in there though. They head to the far side. Billy Batten in car number 167. Ian King in car number 8:04. That's the 1-2. Back marker cars in front of the race leaders. It'll be halfway next time around, Martin, please. And 167 still has it from 8:04. And number 1 is off the pace at the moment. 2 drivers that started on the front of the grid are still up at the front in the World Final. 8:04 Ian King once again gets the front of it. Edges inside and takes up the running once again. The Union Jack goes out to signify halfway in the World Final. 8:04 Ian King from 167 Bill Batten. Back marker cars again causing problems. 620 Stuart Swales is the car in front of the race leader. Rob Speaking number 1 getting tangled up on that pits turn, and he'll drop even further behind the 1-2. 8:04 has it. 167 is still chasing. 804 goes very wide and almost hits a 252 car in the fence, just manages to avoid. 233 Will Lindsay looks to have a problem as he's slowed. And 804 and 167 still have it. John Meikle has moved up third in car number 4. Rob Speaker's dropped back fourth in number 1. Then it's 542 Peter Gilbert, 790 Mark Taylor. And Peter Hall in number 80. 804 from 167 though, still away of it in the World Final. Dave on tyres and Exchange and Mark World Final for Formula 2 stock cars. Two of the most experienced drivers in the Formula, battling it out at the front. 804, a little bit of a problem with the back marker car again. 167 gets the bumper in. Ian King rides it in 804 and hangs on. Chops the 167 car across the curb. And 804 pulls out a few lengths. Ian King in car number 804, round to complete another one. Driver who's been racing a good number of years in the Formula 2s and generally thought to be one of the best drivers never to win a World Final. Can he make it his first go route at the Crew Stadium tonight? And 804 and 167. Still clear. Rob Speak is almost a lap in arrears now in car number 1. John Meikle is third in car number 4. Fourth now is Mark Taylor in 790. Rob Speak drops back fifth in number 1 with Peter Gilbert 542. And 804 Ian King has 19 down. And 5 next time, Martin, please. The 5-lap board goes out. That's the number of laps that separate 804 Ian King from the 1993 Championship of the World. Down the back straight, 804 Ian King, chased by Bill Batten in 167. He's got Rob Speak to negotiate in number 1. 804, 167. Number 1 of the nibble as 167 goes by. We lose Peter Gilbert, who was running in the place in 542. Bill Batten's got a problem in car number 167. He falls by the wayside into that top turn, but he's come back on song again. Looks like it may have jumped out of gear. 804 Ian King though has pulled out the lead now. But he is unlikely to lose. 167 has gone this time, we think. He slowed right down and he's out of the running. 2 laps remain and 804 Ian King leads the Formula 2 World Final. It's a long, long way back to second. John Meikle is now running second in number 4. Mark Taylor moves up third in 790. There's the last lap for the race leader. Ian King in car number 804 goes into the pits turn on lap 25 of 25 in the Formula 2 World Final for 1993. Down the back straight he goes. Here's the final turn of the final lap. Down the home straight, Ian King in car number 804 wins the Formula 2 World Final.
Bill would like to give us some talk through on that before.
Well, yeah, first and foremost, what happened there? Because you're right with Ian King, but what went wrong?
Battery just, it shorted out inside, and that was a letdown on that day.
But you certainly did give him a real run because obviously shale was never really your favoured surface. Ian King was known as a real shale star at that time. It's probably fair to say that a lot of people who thought they had an opinion back then didn't expect you to give him the challenge that you did that day, or night as it was.
No, Ian done a lot of racing on shale and won a lot of races, but people forget when I first started St Austell shale, and I used to be fairly hot there.
Indeed, and that was a very, very hot race. I mean, you said you'd never actually seen that video before.
No, I haven't, no.
So that brought back some memories then.
Certainly did, yeah.
All good memories. Like I say, that stands as one of the races that all of us have got memories of races that Bill did win, but for me that was probably his greatest drive in a world final or any race where he didn't win. So, well, in the room we have got the man who challenged Bill, or Bill challenged, they challenged each other. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1993 world champion, he's here tonight, Ian King. So here we are, the two men that fought that race out that you've just seen there on the DVD, Ian King and Bill Batten. Ian King, of course, went on to win said 1993 world title, as you've just seen. Don't say you haven't seen that video either, no? I've seen it. You've probably seen it, so you probably replay it a lot, because I say it really was a very fine drive, and obviously your finest hour. There was only two drivers that didn't, other than Rob Speake, that didn't win the world title in the 1990s, and of course you were one of them. So excellent drive there from Ian King.
I've obviously seen the whole video you have many times, and one of the highlights for me is the interview after the race when you said the green flag dropped, I went in the lead, Bill passed me, then I passed him and I won.
That's what happened. That's what happened. It was a good race. It was probably only one of the world finals that has been that was never stopped. So it was a race from start to finish, and it was a good race for the crowd because it never had two build-ups. It was just one go, probably the shortest world final it's been for a long time. First world final on show for 20 years, and we had a good race. Unfortunately, Bill broke down, which made the highlight of the race not quite as good as it should have been.
Yeah, obviously the finish was Bill. It didn't make the last two laps, and that was the end of that. But it was also the last year that Crew ran stock car racing, I think. Yeah, and it's very memorable for all those reasons. We couldn't let tonight go by with having Bill here and let you have your moment in the limelight. But we really enjoyed watching it.
It was reversed in 1981 at Taunton. Bill won it. I was second.
Unfortunately, Bill wasn't second on the night.
No, this is true. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian King. So, it's time to move on with the presentations of the evening then. We're going to do this now. Okay, why not? We'll go straight on. Well, the presentation of the evening, indeed it is. And say, what can you say about this man that I'm stood next to? And sometimes even I am at loss for words, but this, well really, I think, we'll hand the mic back to Graham to explain really for this, I think.
Over the course of the 14 years we've been running the racetrack at Mendips, there are people who really are completely outstanding in the sport, and when we find one and we think they're deserving of it, we like to give them their own little piece of the Mendips to take home with them. So this is a piece of Mendips Raceway, which I hope you will stick on your desk and treasure it forever. Now you're going to have to sing for your supper, Bill, because we want you, if you wouldn't mind, to hand out the trophies and presentations to the rest of our people tonight. I can look after that for you. So I'll hand the back mic to Steve and we'll get underway.
Indeed, how about that, eh? Wonderful. So the first presentation, as I said earlier on, is for the youngsters in the junior rods. And to help us get underway with the presentations, we'll bring to the stage Chantal. So Chantal, going to assist Bill with the